Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the next match, which is none other than the lower brackets semi-finals here for the FSL Valorant 5. And this time around, it will be back at it again. It's going to be the Impaler versus Arikat
Arcade
Aresta.
Arista.
Yeah, team from Thailand. And yeah, they have been performing very well so far in lower brackets.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I think they had a pretty long run yesterday,
Yep.
but today they're coming back into this, and now they're facing off against the Impaler, who we've been following throughout the day, and we've
Yeah.
seen the performance that they show in us.
And also earlier on, they did a really good job on coming back, even though they were in a 2-point deficit, I do believe so. They were 7-5. They were 5-7 and
Clawed
Divine
their
Platoon,
way
and they
back.
clawed their way back into the match and won 13-10 against the team Terminate Lady from Thailand. And I do believe Arita Aresta?
Ari-
Arikat Aresta.
Arista.
Man, this is going to be difficult for me, but Arikat Aresta is just
I
from
wonder if it
Thailand
means
as well.
something in Thai.
I'm not really
Or-
sure, but they're from Thailand as well, so they might
Mhm.
be, avenging their fellow country women.
Thai comrades.
Yeah, their comrades.
Well,
But yeah, and this time around it's gonna be Icebox.
yeah.
And
we're-
now,
our
whoa!
first Sky. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
Impaler. They're showing us, instead of bringing a Breach, you bring a Sky. And that could be a very game-changing agent pick as well.
Yeah, and for those who have yet seen Sky being played in a competitive match, we have Regrowth, which is the healing, and it does AoE healing. We have Trailblazer, which is something like the Owl Drone. It sends a wolf out just to recon, and we have also Guiding Light, which is the flash that they have. You can control the flash. And Secrets is more Owl Drones, basically.
More Owl
Yeah.
Drones. Owl Drones that go out on their own.
Yeah.
And if you get hit by it, it's basically the paranoia effect of Spike Rush. And here it goes. It's the early wolf that goes out. And if you get pounced on by it, you get stunned as well.
And damaged as well.
But the dark cover's going out over A. I think that just signals to them that they are trying to seize control over that site right now. It's gonna
Look
be
at
a
them. They
full
come from behind as well.
wraparound.
Yeah.
Spike planted.
3 over from the back of A nest, and then 2 from the front of spawn. Now Envious finds the first to sound things off, and it's just going to be a huge thing. The turn again, but now that Killjoy is down, it's going to be up to Rudy's to stop the remaining members from getting her down, but they will just pile on top of it, and that's going to be the first round over to the Impaler.
Yeah, and Pela doing a pretty good job so far in this first round. Very, very defensive as well. They didn't make any slight movements. But what I also want to point out is how easy it is to wrap around in this specific part of the map on A because of that mid side.
Right, I mean, just the way the map is laid out, it's very different from all the other maps that we have in Valorant so far. There's so many possible ways to go in for flanks, go in for rotates. It's so much
Yeah.
fun.
This is a very aggressive map. So I would say it's more attack-sided, but also at the same time, the defensive side can play really aggressive as well.
So it just seems like they're playing a little bit more defensive this time. A little bit slower. Although, like you said, the aggression would pay off, but they want to be careful. They are on eco after all. Gonna get as much value as possible out of their pistols and ghosts. Meanwhile, it looks like the Impalers are just gonna comb through mid and find as much intel as possible. Seeing that they're not around B and mid should tell them that they are going back to A. Here comes the first paint shells. The explosions will tell the Impalers that they are over by the site right now. Nice little recon bolt to just kind of force them back because they don't want to get spotted by it. But look at this, right? The flashes, the bird, it's just going to get so much information and blinds out of it. Whoa, pushing right out of the smoke like that. Asuka so aggressive, but Rudy's will shut her down. The turret as well, doing quite a bit. They know that Chloe's up by the catwalk, and this is Donut doing what she can. Ooh, but ultimately Cannon comes out from the other side with a frenzy, sprays her down, and they win a thrifty round.
I think that specific part, this specific round of the map earlier on, that's pretty much the reason why Sky is difficult to use. It's more of an initiator, less of an attacker. You don't really actually have a lot of time to use your guns. When you switch to a utility, it takes a while for you to switch back to your gun. You can definitely tell she was kind of confused whether she wanted to keep her gun out or help your team flash.
That's just one of the many things that you have to consider when playing such an agent. So now that the score is 1-1, the Impalers, they'll just have to kind of regroup. They are on a pretty big eco. Meanwhile, Arakat, they have the rifles. Oh, just jumping, getting the drop on Donut, who had the Bucky. Now Chloe tries to come in to stop the push, but ultimately she falls to the Vandal as well. And now B site is completely open. Envious tries to do what she can, but it's not going to be enough. It's very likely going to be an Arakat round here.
Yeah, they've guns up as well. Slicing Trailblazer to find the positions of the enemy teams, but what can you do when you only have a... Literally, you only have a Frenzy here.
Oh. Yeah, it's not quite enough. Now it's all up to Majesty. With a single ghost, it's just not enough.
I would love to know how to pronounce the Raze's name.
Yeah, same here. Maybe someone in the chat could let us know
how to pronounce the Raze's name. That would be amazing. If anyone in chat can actually tell us how to pronounce the name, that would be great.
I have no idea.
Yeah. I'm just gonna call them.
It's a tie.
Got Raze from now on. Just gonna
for now.
Arakat Raze. Ari Raze.
It looks pretty though, right? The text.
It does.
Almost like the first letter is a K, but I have no idea. But in spite of that, I mean, she has been, you know, controlling her sprays really well, getting a lot of those frags, and now that little hawk flying into A nest will just tell her Sky is somewhere around A. All right, team, let's take her down.
Straw Hat. Okay, it's gonna call it Straw Hat.
Oh, so it translates to Straw Hat. But either way, Majesty and Asuka will be stopping the push from coming in. Straw Hat now gets one. Let's see if the Straw Hat rubber arms will be able to do anything here. But Donut over by the top of Heaven, just doing what she can. Rudy's will stop her though. And it's going to be Envious trying to come in as well. But at the end of the day, they have control over the site, they have control of the angles, and they will take the third win for their team. Yeah,
so far the 4 rounds, we've seen Donut not really performing very well on this defense phase. I mean, maybe she's not on Jet, maybe she's feeling a little bit different, but at the same time, I feel like Raze is definitely one of the strongest agents you can utilize in Icebox.
Yeah, for sure. But you know, Chloe on Sage, remember that the wall that we saw yesterday? This is an interesting pick for me. And it looks like she's going to do it. Tube completely denied. And this is going to be Arakat trying to take control over mid. I mean, once you have mid, you have the option to go to the other side. Straw Hat finds the first frag, but Envious trying to catch her off on the backside of mid.
Yeah, she should know. 30 HP though, this is going to be difficult for her.
Oh. Big flank. Asuka falls. She's still worried about Envious from her backside. Showstopper! Narrowly misses. It's all up to Envious to stop this now. Spraying through the box, unable to connect. The spike goes down, and she still has to find those 2 remaining frags. Oh, what can she do? She's just anticipating both sides. Now narrowly getting tagged. 11 points of health. 1 more bullet and she's gone.
Yeah, she needs to kill at least 1 person here to get her health back.
Oh!
No! Almost clutched it, but I guess the timing was off. 4-1 right now the score at least. Arakat doing a really good job. Straw Hat right now leading the pack with 73 kills. The showstopper actually almost got
very close.
Very close.
Was that an early dismiss or it just ran out of time?
It just ran out of time, I think. If I'm not mistaken. I feel like you can definitely just move back a little bit. At the specific time, I guess knowing that she's invisible during that dismiss since she had her Empress on. But it was still very risky to play it that way because you can still hear where you're going to be popping out from.
Definitely a good job getting the first frag, but just unfortunate to unable to get the second one. But either way, we have that Tasmanian Tiger going out. It's going to get a little bit of intel, but at the end of the day, KitKat just comes in with the Vandal frag. Dodges the blind. Ooh, nice little from the shadows, but she's smarter than that. Now with the Killjoy ult. Oh, but Chloe with the 90-degree angle will catch her off guard. And it's going to be a 4v4 retake situation as they have control over a site.
You will not kill my ally.
They get a res on Envious.
Makes it a 5v4. Spectres against Vandals. Ooh, Boombot. Gonna have to be wary of that one. Chloe just comes in. Mets will be able to take Asuka down. But looking at how Arccat have positioned themselves, this is going to be a little bit of a difficult take. Double peek works out in their favor. But Rudy's has been a very strong rifle player for now.
No ammo.
Without the ammo, getting caught in the reload, Majesty will take her out, and it's going to be a 4-2 score in favor of Impaler.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for them. I felt like they was a little bit messy. Could have definitely held the angles better, especially when they were peeking through a CT.
And that's just how they are trying to find their foothold in playing this retake game, as we've seen throughout the day so far, right? The Impalers.
I mean, in this kind of situation, especially when you're playing with a Sky, you definitely have to play for retakes. In a map like Icebox, you have to play for retakes. You have to take advantage of the fact that you have a Sky in your team in defense.
That's exactly what they're doing. Asuka doing all the support that she can with her Hawks. Does a very good job as well. And this is just the same calculated, controlled Impaler style that we've seen throughout the day. Meanwhile, Arccat, we haven't seen much of them, but looking at their skill, just in terms of marksmanship and how they figure the game out, it's a lot more methodical as well. You can see how Straw is just trying to find intel over by mid. Oh, gets caught off by the side. Just a little bit of a nick. Now she's kind of stuck in that corner, and Envious will just pinch her out. Getting Rudy's in the trade as well. I think Rudy's tried to refrag there, but was unable to do so. Now 5v3, they're spread all across the map. Two members going towards A, and KitKat lurking over by B, unable to connect Spray. She's anticipating it. Finds the head. But oh, goes in for the reload, and Donut will capitalize on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, she got some guts spraying that range with a Vandal. I have to give it to her. Right now they only have 2 plays remaining. And Candace definitely did a good job at getting that. Rolled 21 HP remaining. She was really low on HP as well. She went for a kill. Now at least she has a Hunter's Fury, but she's only 1 HP.
1 HP, and that's the dream getting shut down by Majesty. Mets, though, in a pretty prime position, might be able to catch Majesty off, but with 4 members, they're sticking the defuse. Oh! Comes up huge with 2, but unable to connect the right click. Majesty will take her down, and the defuse goes to Donut, who has her ultimate. 3-4, and the Impalers, once more, with the defense, starting to claw their way back up.
Yeah, I feel like Impalers is one of those teams where you really have to not sleep on them. Sometimes you realize you give them, I mean, they give you pretty easy rounds, and all of a sudden you go to the next round, they turn into like some magnificent beast coming and just destroying you.
Yeah, it's just the way they download and figure out the plays, right? It's tiny patterns, like seeing, okay, this team a little bit less aggressive than what we saw earlier on, but now they're just giving up control over by A.
I think it's perfectly fine. A is one of the easiest to retake due to the fact that you don't have a lot of angles to hold down to. And also at the same time, if you plant a bomb in A, it's really hard to hold angles to secure a site. And they have a Sky, so.
They have a Sky, so they definitely want to play that retake game. 5v5 could be a very strong play, but KitKat is going to be lurking over by mid. They have to be aware of that, or they could lose a couple members to that lurker. Oh, Cannon. Uh-oh.
Revealing area.
A little bit ballsy, just getting that intel for her team.
Planted.
They're not smoking the entrance as well. This is very scary.
Pretty scary. They're just buying time. Look at where KitKat is, though. Setting up a huge, huge flank. She finds Chloe. And that's all that she needs to do. Damage is done. The paranoia has been instilled into the minds of the Impalers.
They have to go for it. They cannot just wait. They have to go. Just one player should not be an issue for them.
Oh man, the lockdown in there as well. Donut walks
Donut?
right through, gets one.
Oh, they have no time.
But
They don't have
yeah.
time. Yeah.
Time has been bought because of this Killjoy lockdown, and that is how Arakat and Aresta are able to take this round away. Envious with the exit frag though, and Mets somehow got nicked by the explosion. But despite that, they have this 2-round lead.
It's a back and forth situation here. I'm not gonna count Impaler out just yet. It might seem like they're losing, but I don't think it seems like it. I feel like they're probably gonna do really well on attack as well. Bear in mind that this is a pretty attack-sided map. Like, I would consider this more attack-sided than defense. So they're doing a pretty good job as well. I mean, they have a Sage though. Sometimes Sages aren't really the best choices, especially when this map is so aggressive.
Very, very aggressive.
I mean, yeah, you're blocking one side, which is the kitchen, but when you're so aggressive, does it even matter anymore?
That's true. And that's 400 credits as well. The wall could be deployed somewhere else, but now that it's gone, it is gone. And Arakat and Aresta are just trying to find their way out of this B alleyway here by green. Donut is looking to receive them. But so far, no one has been spotted out just yet. Holding the corner. KitKat will walk right through. Now she will check it, and Donut switching her weapons will be denied the kill. Chloe will trade it off though, but look at this. They're rotating over to A. The 4 members. Oh, Majesty. Majesty, big intel with the Spectre, gets 2! And that's all she needs to do. Now repositioning herself, tries to get Rudy's down. Rudy's will answer back. And this is going to be the retakes game. The damage has been done. It's 3v2, and this is going to be Impaler going in hard, going in fast. Chloe and Envious, guns blazing, will take the remaining 2 members down. And like you said, they are not out. This is the Impaler style.
This is exactly what Impaler does. Earlier on, it seemed like an easy round for Arakat and Aresta, and now you see, look at what happens here. They keep doing this over and over again.
I'm very impressed by this. Like, they don't even need to leave a single member over by A. They just kind of let Arakat Aresta push in there.
Because
And
they're
with
really
the sky.
Yeah, you can tell they're really confident with their A side retakes. That's why they leave it alone. It's perfectly fine for them. And
Highly confident.
yeah, and also they're playing a Sage. Usually you'll see the Sage throwing slow ops to slow them down, but the Sage is like, you know what, you want to push and go ahead, it's fine. I'm not going to slow you down. Just get a plan. We're going to retake anyway.
Just gonna retake anyway, and I think it's also partially due to the fact that when you retake A, you kind of have that little ledge to work off of over by the back of site. Of course, people could hide underneath. Oh, but Envious! What an aggressive and confident Reyna. She gets 3 headshots. Now looking for the 4th. Chloe gets it, and she's looking to get the 4th kill. Majesty steals it away, but this is such an aggressive anti-eco play from the Impalers.
Yeah, they tried to go for the Russian mid, but they realized that, you know what, I'm going to be honest with you, Envious has been holding this mid side so well with the Reyna, getting all these 1 or 2 picks whenever they try to push mid with no smokes whatsoever. I would be scared trying to peek this mid side again. But then again, I feel like it has been always Envious and Majesty working together on mid.
And they kind of complement each other as well, right? The dark cover can just provide that little vision obscurity. Meanwhile, the Leer going through is enough to either gather intel or to flash them.
Again.
And that is what we're looking at. This time, Asuka will be there to support with the Tasmanian Tiger.
One of the main reasons why they're having such a hard time is that I don't think anyone's looking for the flanks for the side of the Impaler. I mean, the side of Arakat. Yeah, they should definitely hold on for flanks as well.
It's kind of this same strategy, right? KitKat's lurking by mid. Meanwhile, the rest of the team, they're pushing up A. Dark cover comes out, and we're just waiting for the retakes to happen. Question is KitKat going to be able to slow down the retake?
Planted.
I naturally wouldn't like to think so, but I feel like in this kind of situation where they're playing it really safe here, KitKat's just waiting for the perfect time to throw in. But she's taking way too long
you
here.
will not kill my
A little
ally.
bit long.
Yeah, they're taking way
Rez goes up as well. She's walking so slowly. Oh, look at that. It's, oh no, Envious. I thought she was going to find her.
There you go.
But this goes huge. She gets 2. Don't know if it's going to be enough, though. There was a Rez as well. Chloe's just sticking it. Oh, Showstopper
There you
unable
go.
to connect. And this is Impaler taking the 6th win.
Yeah,
There you go.
KitKat took way too long to rotate and help her teammates. They should have just went in, knowing that there's so many players on A already. And I feel like communication is definitely one of the key factors in this game. You need to exactly tell where the opponents are as well. And I guess KitKat may not have known the positioning and maybe no comms were given to her. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, really unfortunate. We've seen this pattern time and time again where they just leave A site completely open and allow Arakat to walk in, but they have such an easy time with the retakes. It's the same dark cover this time, and I think Arakat are looking to switch things up, trying to go through mid, but this could be a very big bear trap here because of the slow orbs and the wall. Tasmanian Tiger comes in through now, and they know that they are there. All Envious has to do is to hold this angle. Lear comes out, goes in for the peek.
She should pop the Empress right now. It's the last round.
Nowhere to run.
Certainly.
That is a really good Hunter's Fury.
I think she's tagging a couple of people as well. Oh, just waiting for the time on the wall to go through. Donut does find a frag with an operator though. Rudy's trading off. Now they've managed to sneak their way into kitchen. I'm not sure if the Impalers are anticipating this, but they are.
Got your track.
Majesty gets 1. Chloe misses her spray, and Rudy's will capitalize on that. But you know what? Trailblazers have been activated.
One enemy remaining.
2v1. Can Asuka retake this all on her own?
Spike planted.
She definitely can. But I guess not. Cassis curse it again as well. I shouldn't have said anything, to be honest. Every time I say something, it
We
never
jinx it.
it never happens.
Switching sides.
We jinxed it. But it was definitely looking very possible. I think as
Yeah.
soon as she got that intel from the flash, she just wanted to go in, just kind of neglecting to consider that there could be members right underneath that, that little bridge. So now 6-6 is the score, very even on both sides. The question on my mind is, can Impaler prove to be as strong on the attacking side?
Oh, definitely for sure. Because right now they don't have a stage to block this kitchen area here. This is one of the issues that they have had so far. Kitchen is one of the hardest for them to push through. The fact that they don't have a sage on the attacking, the defending side for Arikat Arista. Oh my goodness, Arikat Arista. This is another angle that you have to look down on. So it's really difficult for them to not look at it.
This looks to be pretty similar. 1-3-1 setup. 3 people over by Boiler. And it's just A side completely open once more. Asuka making the most use out of her Trailblazer. Might have missed the Omen lurking by the corner there, though. Recon Bolt might just slow down the advances.
They're not planting just yet. They're waiting for the perfect time.
Oh, wall goes out.
Here. Revealing area.
Cannon's going to get blinded. They're just buying a little bit of time. It's going to be full 5v5 retake happening right here. And Cannon gets taken out by Donut, who dodges back and forth between the boxes. Now, 2 remaining members, Mets and Rudy's. I don't think they're going to do much here. Frenzy in hand. Rudy's is looking to push aggressively through, but holding the off angle. Asuka goes down, and Chloe comes in with a pinch from the back. 2 kills back to back, and that's 7-6. Impaler takes the pistol round of the second half.
Yeah, remember what happened earlier on in Impaler in the previous match? We might actually see a repeat yet again as well.
Definitely history repeating itself here as the Impalers. They're just so smart, the way they adapt to their opponents. And this is interesting. Playing Sage over on Icebox, it's proving to be a pretty strong pick.
I mean, it is really good on defense. Attacking him, I wouldn't really consider it as good as on defense due to the fact that you don't really get to cover any angles. You don't need to cover any angles, right?
Definitely maybe not as strong as, say, a Cypher or a Killjoy, but the way she has her walls up, Chloe, look at this. it allows them to sneak right under the tube and slowly make their way over onto B side. Not even slowly, they're just rushing in now. And it's going to be the slow rotates over from Arakat as they take Mets down. They have control over the site now, and it's just it's just SMGs versus pistols again.
Spike planted.
Although this time Arakat are unable to reply, and Impaler takes 8th win.
8 to 6 to score. Kill wise 17 to 11 for NVS. Donut getting 13 to 6. Donut has been pretty decent so far when it comes to staying alive in the specific rounds. So as you can tell, this is what you expect from the Sky, right? You're not gonna be getting a lot of kills, but you're gonna be doing a lot when it comes to, you know, providing assistance to your teammates.
And this is like kind of what I'm thinking about, because a lot of people tend to think that Sage would be the support because you got your heals. No, the support is the person who gives the flashes and the smokes.
But you also have to take account that they have 2 heals in this team.
Oh,
They
yes.
have Sage and Sky at the same time. So this is a lot of support given to their teammates.
Very, very nice complementary support. I mean, if Sage is low, Sky can heal her up. If the Sky is low, Sage can heal her up. And this is a very nice complementary play. They're just going to be making their way onto A site this time. The Tasmanian Tiger leading the charge. It's going to get a lot of intel, and Donut will be able to find her way up onto the nest here.
Spike planted.
Cannon with the Aldrone, though, gets intel as well. But still, 5v5 retakes. It's rifles against SMGs. Ooh, but Majesty. Straw Hat will be able to find Envious here. And now Donut looking to come in with a flex. She gets Rudy's. Gonna look for the second, and she does do so. Cannon comes in from the back. Now it's all up to Majesty's with the rifle. KitKat once more looking from the side. She might just find it. Oh, the Lear gives away her position. Clock is ticking. The bomb is going off pretty soon now. You gotta get out of there before she blows, KitKat.
Oh, no. This is why you bind a different key when on your plan. Yeah.
The rope and the defuse.
Yep.
It's one of those little nuances of playing on Icebox.
9 to 6 right now the score. Kill wise still 17 on Envious. But man, I'm gonna be honest with you, Arakat, Orisa not looking really good so far here on the defensive side. They don't really, I mean, yes, Killjoy really good, right? But the amount of support that the Impaler has on their team when it comes to abilities, when it comes to sustainability as well, you know, the heals, it's just way too much for them to handle. And plus, you have Reyna, and Reyna can heal them herself. There's a lot of support coming up from the Impaler right now.
A lot of self-sustainability. I'm very impressed by what Impaler has shown us today. But this time, KitKat will find Majesty. KitKat has been lurking a lot as well, but you know, Envious will be able to find Mets as they open up the site. And this is KitKat once more, lurking, proving to be a very painful thorn on the side of the Impalers. They are absolutely aware that she's somewhere by the back. Straw Hat now comes in with the support. It's going to be double peaks for days. Envious, though, might be able to wrap around here. Coming in with a flank, and KitKat misses a shot. Ooh! But picking up the Phantom, Straw Hat will be able to close things out, and this is going to be the first defuse in the second half for Arakat Arista.
Yeah, finally, they won that on Eco as well. And I'm going to be honest with you, them playing a little bit more aggressive in this specific map, Arakat Arista is doing a better job rather than just waiting for the retakes, because their retakes aren't really that good because they don't have a Sky or a Breach to help them with the initiations.
And that's why the Impalers are starting to...
Yeah.
You know, they are able to get the spike down consistently.
I feel like they would be doing so much better if they try to anchor side rather than let him going for a retake, right? Force them to rotate. When you force them to rotate, you force them to use a lot of time as well, and a lot of utility.
Exactly. Allow them to dump their utility, and then that gives you that edge over the Impalers. They could just be trying to start that strategy, but once more, looking at KitKat, she's always lurking somewhere around the back. Stealthy ninja. Impalers, though, this time taking it a little bit slow. They want Arakat to make the first move.
This is exactly what they should do. Stay on the side, wait for rotations, try to slow them down as much as possible.
Duck cover out over by mid-boiler. And it's still a minute left on the clock. A lot of time being spent. And Impalers switching up the tempo. Very slow plays. Now KitKat wants to leave that open. With the pixel corner, though, it's not going to be enough as they just sneak right through. But the Showstopper does find Chloe. And now the Impalers are stuck in a pinch. Caught all the way by the back of B green, now yellow. Trying to push through. The Alarm
30
Bot or
seconds left.
Nanoswarm might have just given away their position there.
You only got 30 seconds though. You have to go right now.
Yeah, I don't think they have enough time to take this.
They should.
Donut falls. Asuka does find a shot, but she's now stuck behind that box. Two members going after her. It's all up to Majesty. I think the most she can hope for is possibly to convert this Stinger into a rifle. And now, oh, swinging with the flick. Cannon gets the hit shot, and Arakat, we're not counting them out just yet.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like they played it really patient, they played it really safe as well. But at the same time, I felt like that specific round before that, I mean the previous round before the one that they just won, kind of made them play a little bit safer there. They weren't really pushing in because they didn't want to like get a hit-on clash that would happen earlier on the mid side. They lost that, by the way. So they were taking it really safe. But sometimes playing, oh, they have a lot of resources. Look at that. Look at the ultimates.
All 5 ultimates are ready.
Ecoing.
Interesting wall from Chloe. I'm not
They
quite
can
sure
assault
where
by
she...
here.
Oh, they're so aggressive. Misses the second. Takes the turret down, and that allows Majesty to take Mets off. But at what cost? 2 members down. This is going to be the fast rotate over from Arakat, but Chloe comes up huge with a Stinger. Will be able to self-heal. She still has her rest, so this could turn into a 4v3. Now it's just Asuka possibly buying time. Trailblazers could be activated here. Seekers go out. Chloe just kind of baiting KitKat to walk into her here. Ooh, but Straw Hat from the back. Taking her down, and Asuka with paint shells as well. Now it's all out to Majesty, who only has a ghost. She needs to buy enough time, but they're going to stick it and get the cover from KitKat. So 9-9. They're coming back into this.
Yeah, this is classic Impaler, I feel. Earlier on, this is what happened as well. I feel like it seems like they have good strategies and good executions, but I feel like they think too much sometimes. They're making very off decisions after losing a round. Usually after they lose a round, they tend to go on a losing streak and then come back after winning at least 1 round and then go winning at 3 rounds in a row.
Yeah, it's starting to lose momentum here on the side of Impalers.
Placing swarm grenade.
At the same time, I mean, they seem to be able to get the spike down, but when it comes to holding it, it's just a little bit tough. Arakat are doing a very good job. Look at how they have control over by each avenue of entry, whether it's B or A or mid. Now getting that little bit of intel, they seem to think it's going to be an A hit, and they are right.
This is great. This is great play here by Arakat Arista. They know that they can't go for retake, so they have to slow things down. But they might be giving too much space here to Impaler here right now.
Definitely slowed enough for, I think, their team to rotate back.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a full 5v5. Chloe is going to heal herself up. But Majesty has fallen. Now Donut is just trying to buy time with this Showstopper, push them off. The lockdown comes in, though, so this could go off huge. Now Mets pushes in. They have control over the site. It's going to be a huge firefight, long-range engagements all over on the side of Impalers. All up to Asuka now. She's going to get caught out by KitKat, who has always been lurking. And Rudy's catches her off from the back, and this is going to be the first 1-round lead for Arakat Arista.
What's interesting from the Impaler is that I feel like they have not rotated that much. When they focus on a specific path that they want to go into, they commit to it. And sometimes it's a good thing, but sometimes it's also a bad thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they definitely do have the option to go back over to B. I mean, you have a minute plus in a round. But at the same time, I mean, Arakat, they do such a good job. I mean, just looking at how KitKat comes in with flanks. And how Cannon gets intel, slows down the pushes. Mets as well with the lockdown, I think made all the difference in that round there.
This is a very important round. Getting the 11 points on your board and knowing that you're in the lead makes you feel really comfortable.
Super, super comfortable. I mean, they're just waiting for the Impaler push to go
Yeah.
through right now. And they're not even scared or phased. As soon as they get that little confirmation that, okay, Impalers are hitting A, everyone's going to start rotating. And Impaler, they need to really do what they can to defend the spike.
Oh, he got one actually.
Oh, that is a stun.
Yeah, look at that. Took some damage from that.
Spike planted.
This time Envious will take Rudy's down. Spike goes down once more, but question is, again, are they going to be able to lock it out? Asuka could definitely slow things down with this. Hawk goes out. The paint shells took Envious down though. Ooh, nice little flick onto Cannon. But she's down really low and Mets will clean things up. Straw Hat comes in with a showstopper here. And this could go off huge. They are sticking the defuse, I think. And Straw Hat's just doing everything. They're sticking the defuse and they got it.
This specific plan has not been doing very well for them. They should definitely think of planting somewhere else instead. Maybe on the second floor. I feel
Maybe
like
on the
planting on the
second
second
floor,
floor
yeah.
will be so much better instead of planting on the first floor.
I mean, we've seen the same plan, same
Yeah.
execute from Impaler for 2, maybe 3 rounds now, and it doesn't work out. They keep trying to play the long-range fight from a nest.
They have to change the strats now. They've been doing the same thing over and over again. They have been not succeeding in it, so I don't really understand why they keep doing the same thing over and over again. And also at the same time, I feel like this B site right here, they might want to think about switching the Killjoy onto A instead. Because sometimes
Oh,
if they keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're gonna basically be an open book.
Yeah, they can definitely play around that. I guess for Arakat, it's like, you know, if it ain't broke, no need to fix it. Could definitely improve it though, but it's not even an issue right here. As look at the shock darts, it lands right into Majesty's head. Rudy's comes off and cleans things up as well. And now it's all up to Envious and Donut. Donut though, really low on health. They're trying to take B this
And
time.
they're so
but-
far away from each other too.
Oh,
They're so far away
Envious.
from each other, and they have the spike over there.
Spike has been dropped,
Envious.
but Envious is a fragger. She's doing it. Overhealed by a bit. It's going to be the Reyna versus Reyna duel right now.
Smart. This is smart.
Oh, she's not going to enter this. Oh, but she does! Looking for Kit Kat over by the top of the box, and she will connect the spray. Gets the spike as well. Not even necessary, and this is the Impaler starting to claw their way back into this. As soon as they switch things up, they go over to B. Even though they didn't really get the spike down, Envious managed to pull her own.
Yeah, and also at the same time, I felt like that was just pure skill alone. Envious, I'm not sure if... I think maybe she heard that she jumped up, I'm not really sure, but holding down the angle... because there was like 3 separate angles that she needed to look at, and she held that upper angle better. It's, I guess it's about decision, and she gambled that. It worked out perfectly for her anyway.
Gamble works off in the end. This is going to be a trade of Boombox. Tiger goes through, trying to find a member, and she's probably spotted out the Omen now. Trying to spread all across, and this is Envious once more doing her thing, getting the frags. She might have spotted out the Omen, and she will connect the spray.
Envious.
Ooh. Envious. If she stays in this position, she could definitely cut those rotates off as Chloe plants the spike
planted.
over by A. Oh, they don't. She gets one, and that's all she needs to do. 2v4. How are Arakat going to retake this right now? Oh, spotted out the paint shells. Kit Kat.
They have to win this round.
They very well could. Impaler, though, a little bit shaky right now. But
got
at the
your
same
trail.
time, the spike is ticking. It's beeping. The Trailblazers are buying enough time as well. Asuka's just delaying the retake right now. And she's
Yep.
doing a good job at that. She still has one more, but you know, it's not even necessary because they don't have time to defuse anymore. Chloe now can just frag out. Oh. And that's all they need to do.
And Impaler is given another chance here in this match to make it easier for them in terms of just pure economy alone, both of them pretty even, I would say.
Absolutely even.
Yeah.
I mean, we have...
Well, they're going for Spectres instead.
Oh, interesting. I mean, they are on attack. Maybe they want to go run and gun a little bit. I don't know how that's going to play out. It seems like it's going to be a hybrid of Spectres and Vandals. Keep in mind, this is 11 and 11. One round is going to be all the difference. It takes us to match point. And considering the economy, if they lose this round, next round could be very, very painful, very tough to deal with. Nice little teleport over onto the top of the two.
Yeah, she saw her head, I think.
I mean, if she didn't see the top, oh, the Boombot would have given it away. Now they're trying to repeat the same sneak into. And this is the rotate.
Yeah, this is exactly. That's what I was saying. They should definitely rotate right now. This is the perfect time for them to rotate.
Absolutely perfect. I mean, just look at Arcad. They still think that it could be a mid play.
But Met is now in A.
Oh, that's good as well. Both teams just keeping up with each other. Paint Shell's gonna hit Mets though, and now Chloe gets tagged by the turret, and that does a lot of damage to her. She could heal herself up, but she has to keep in mind, watch out for the corner. As KitKat pushes right through, but Envious will reply. It's a very even game back and back right now, but Cannon comes in this time, leading the charge. It's gonna have to be a big pinch from Envious and Donut here, and they could very well do it. Oh, but Rudy's comes in from the top. 1v1 scenario, both overhealed, both with utilities. She does have her Empress as well. Doesn't even need to aim for the head. A couple of sprays, a couple of bullets into her body, and she's gonna do it. It's gonna be 12-11 for Impaler here, and I don't know how's the economy gonna be on Arcad's side. Just enough.
It should be just enough for both teams, actually. They might have to buy Spectres as well on either one of these teams. And they're taking it really easy as well. Met was going to buy a Judge this time around. I'm going to be honest with you, Envious is single-handedly carrying her team right now. 33-18 in this match specifically. Donut has the showstopper. They have the Into the Shadows for the rotations. They have the rest as well on Chloe. They're feeling themselves. This should be their game.
It should be their game, and I have to say that previous round made all the difference. The way Envious played it, she's just walking in, getting headshots. This queen doesn't even need the Empress anymore, going through the dark cover. Oh, but might meet KitKat here. She sprays her out. Manages to sneak right by. Oh, Asuka has to be careful here. They have control over B side though, and that's going to be the flank coming in. Asuka could very well flank them as well as they neglect to check Kitchen. Oh! She comes up huge, and that's all up to Mess, who only has 20 points of health and a Judge. At this range, I don't think the lockdown is even going to be enough. And Majesty closes things out with a headshot spray down, 13-11. Impaler!
Yep.
Very impressive.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Impaler might be my new favorite team in this tournament right now. They have been doing such a good job at coming back and trying to figure themselves out in this specific in each match. I would say, like even the previous one and this time around as well. And I feel like we really have to take note of this specific match and look at it. Envious earlier on was Donut popping a I do believe a 30 bomb, and now this time around it's gonna be Envious with dropping the 30 bomb as well. And
405 average combo.
And this is a pretty new team as well. I think a new team that came together into this tournament. I'm pretty sure some of them have been playing in FSL, but as a new team that is going into the tournament, into the league, I really have high hopes for this team, and I really hope to see them in the finals. So this is, I'm gonna say that right now. I really hope they
don't always have the strongest start, but the way they adapt is just absolutely lovely to watch.
Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the lower brackets semi-finals. Next up is going to be, I do believe it's going to be the lower brackets finals, and the winner will proceed to the grand finals. You don't want to miss that. You better stick around.